Hello, and welcome to the new podcast. Today, we are going to be having my first podcast. Will be about Backlash 2026. It was pretty crazy, but yeah. Let's start off. So at Backlash, they started off with a crazy match. I expected this to be maybe before the main event. We kicked off the show with Braun Breaker versus Seth. It was a really good match. They probably had the move of the night. The move of the night was the spear, and then when he ran, pedigree. Sorry. This part's so good. So yeah. Shout out at Kaiser. It's the one that gave me this idea. Shout out you. Everybody go subscribe to Kaiser and then come back. Hey, don't subscribe to him yet. Subscribe after you watch this video. Subscribe to me. Maybe leave a little like. Maybe I'm not trying to be greedy. If you don't leave a subscribe, please leave a like. Yeah, do that with Kaiser too. Alright, back to the video. I just finished Raw back there. And yeah. So Braun Breaker came out with this spiky jacket like usual, like WWE 2K26 Braun Breaker. Paul Heyman was just standing there like, eee! And then Seth comes out. Oh my gosh. Seth comes out with a black attire that was tough. His WrestleMania attire was tough with the Mortal Kombat. Ooh. And yeah. It was really crazy. And yeah. So they were fighting normal fights. And then they get out of the ring, and here is where here is where some stuff happened. Wasn't anything too crazy Braun. I feel bad for Braun. He got onto the mat. That would hurt. Yeah, that would hurt really bad. And then after the big brawl, Braun Breaker would pin Seth Rollins 1, 2, 3. I'm not complaining. It was actually a really good match. What is that? Oh, I'm not complaining. It was a really good match. It was just so short. I don't know why. It was just And then I think we had Asuka versus Io. I don't know. I think we had that. But it was definitely on there. So Asuka versus Io Sky. This was a crazy match for women's. That's a pretty crazy move. Asuka, I didn't really watch the match, but the time I did watch the match, it was cool. So they're fighting normal girl fight, and then Asuka's out of the ring, and then Io Sky just does a backflip out of the ring, I think. Backflip in the ring or out of the ring. I don't know. And it connected hard. And then they fought a little bit more. And then they're out of the ring again. On the announcer's table. They were doing blows and stuff. And then Asuka goes with her mist. And Io Sky with fast reflexes grabs the mirror and goes and it like hits the mirror, and like I think it like blinded Asuka. I don't know how, and because she was rubbing her eyes, and then after like a few more fights, after a few more like, Io Sky would take the victory. I was happy about that, but then I think Asuka retired. Yeah. Asuka went bye-bye. She showed sportsmanship to Io Sky, and she's Kairi Sane now. She's with Kairi Sane. Out of the business. And everybody comment, thank you, Asuka. Please. Alright. On to this fight. Kit Wilson in The Miz versus Manny Danhausen and Danhausen. Like, why is Miz getting put in these low-rated matches? Did I spill some? No. Whoa. It was just a bad match. Nobody cares. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Nobody cares. Yeah, nobody cares. Alright. Now, we had Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns for World Heavyweight Championship. It was crazy. Not as crazy as Clash in Italy. But, yeah. We talked about Clash in Italy on Kaiser's channel. On Kaiser podcast. And, yeah. Over there. So, I was watching Backlash. The main event. It was okay. It was good. Alright, we'll skip on. The crazy one was probably when Jacob Fatu threw him up for the Samoan drop, but Roman went Superman punch when he was in the air. And that just messed him up. And then I think he won the match after that, I think. And the end of the match was crazy. Because we got to see Jacob Fatu just do a little damage and started beating on him. And then they did the chokehold, the Samoan death grip. And everybody, and all the security trying to pull him off and stuff. And yeah, it was crazy. And then after all that, when they actually got pulled him off, they didn't really pull him off. They couldn't pull him off. He just stops. And yeah, and then he raised the title. And then yeah, that was ow. And yeah, so that was Backlash. It was an okay show. The card was okay, but to be honest, if you missed it, I wouldn't blame you. The only good match was like Braun Breaker, Seth versus, and then Jacob Fatu versus Roman, but the rest was just the rest was bad. Yeah, so that's it. There might have been another match like with Becky Lynch or something, but nobody cares. But I will see you guys, I think, tomorrow for my daily upload. But yeah, oh my gosh, I might upload more today because I got a lot of storage.